try to hold it as good as possible. The holder broke. We got steam on the window. It got down to one last night. I was like, fuck, that was cold. It just barely hit freezing today. So it's been chilly. We still got a little bit of steamy ice on the windows around. Hope everybody's having a good day. I've been watching the stupidity going on over here over the last couple of days. I'm like, oh my god. Uh,
We're
anyway,
supposed to have snow Sunday night on Monday.
nice. I mean, if it's gonna be this fucking cold, might as well snow, man. I'm all for it. You know, it's just been damn cold and no snow. We're
It's supposed
colder
to
than
snow here.
Sparky. Hey Dennis, how you doing? Christy, what's up, Nick? Hi Judith, how is everybody? Oh shit, you be a -10. That's fuck, Judith. That's a real cold. We got down to one last night though. Oh yeah, man. I'm like, geez. Well, a lot of the things he did yesterday actually do go against the Constitution, and I'm kind of like, you know, the way some people use Anchor Baby is wrong because it's supposed to be with a person that is actually legally here, and if they have a child, then legally they're a citizen. I mean, that's how it's worked since for fucking a long, long time. But people have been abusing it. But you've got to restructure it. You can't just go in there and fucking change it with a presidential decree. That's not what the Constitution is, and it's literally guaranteed in the Constitution. So I'm all like, well, you can't do that. But all the, yeah, it's all stupid. And I'm like, man, these tariffs on Mexico. You do realize, oh my fucking god, everything in the grocery store is going to do a fucking immediate explosion in price, and I'm all like, damn, nobody is anybody thinking about that? Because I can tell you, we we're already having a food issue. Everybody's all worried about the price of eggs. Well, we all know why the goddamn price of eggs is so high. They've been killing the fucking animal stock for how many years now, and it keeps going. And again, look at Mike. Mike is a cowhand. He's worked fucking cattle all his life, and motherfuckers working at the Subway. I'm gonna see if I can't get me a job at Subway. Make some sandwiches with Mike. I need to do something. Fucking, it's too cold to fucking work. And it looks like the days this week that'd be warm would be windy. I ain't got nobody wanting to buy no glass right now anyway. It's fucking sucking. Everything's fucking starting to really, I mean, actually fucking come apart in a hurry. So he's hurrying it along. Like I said, here in about a few days, you're gonna see everything in your grocery store explode in price. That was my major concern with the tariffs. I'm all like, man, everybody worried about eggs. I gotta tell you, tomatoes and all our fucking vegetables, a lot of the fish, fucking all kinds of stuff like that come up from Mexico. We did that with the SPP back with Bush. We killed all the shit in Fresno and up and down the fucking San Fernando Valley, towed under all those orchards and stuff like that, and sent all that business down to Mexico. That's where we get our food now. it, damn it. Everything's gonna go up high. Yeah, sky rolling's something to watch, isn't it? Once you fucking see it, you can't unsee it. It's like, oh my god. But it takes somebody actually having to point it out, I suppose, for a lot of people to put it together. How you doing, Christine? How many preachers have I asked across the country, if you notice your moon's doing new tricks? All of them were like, yeah. Well, did you ever put it together with confounded moon? No, I hadn't. Well, you might want to start. That's an indicator that this is a different time than any other time we've been in. We've had pestilence and war and earthquakes and famines and disease. We have never had a confounded moon until just recently in the time of man. And there it is. Recorded history, no fucking 180-degree roll of the moon. All of a sudden, 180-degree of the moon is confused, confounded. It's in your sky every night from rise to set. The 12-hour period is going to do a 180-degree roll from wax to wane. Am I north hemisphere or south hemisphere view? It's an Orion doing the same cartwheel. It does take 12 hours, but I mean seriously, once you see it, it's there. It's like you'll never unsee that. But the fact that so many people haven't yet is fucking boggling to me. But it's because nobody really looks, and a lot of people have not just, I guess, put things together. They're always busy. There's excuses all over the place for you not to figure it out. But not everybody's trained how to be a fucking helmsman or a navigator in the fucking Navy either. So I had that head start. There's that. I knew right away. I was like, oh my God. I didn't need to watch it do its cartwheel. I noticed it out of place and then started watching it. That's why I noticed it in October of 2010. This is the 15th year. As we know, we're supposed to go through 15 years of this shit and then, switch suns. So I'm looking at it as like we're in their last 12 months. And I'm seeing them play out their play, and they playing that Trump card. Just like I said, they're gonna. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, some big shit's coming. It's gonna be fun. Hey, I hope y'all are ready. I've been warning since 14 when I stood down as top Republican senatorial investigator under Republican Jim Davis. It ain't like I don't like Trump. I don't like the system. I mean, we're looking at literally the oligarchy. All the big tech giants were up front. His cabinet was behind them. It's unprecedented. He sat a whole row of billionaires in the front row, and they're not elected anything. They're not appointed anything. They ain't nothing except for big money. And then they giving Kyle fucking signs and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Here comes to save the day. Yeah, with his TikTok. They even asked him, "What's up with your TikTok?" He's like, "Oh, I used it. It was great. It helped me win the election. We'll try and stranglehold of money." He's like, "It ain't worth nothing unless I say it is." Yeah, I'm all like, "Fuck, dude." Look, this guy started that shit, and yeah, now he's fucking holding it up, and it's like TikTok even sent out a goddamn announcement that Donnie Trump saved us. I'm like, Jesus, dude, this is crazy. I'm looking at. It's fucking par for the course, though, ain't it, brother? I hope you're doing good, Glenn. Fucking shitstorm's coming, baby. What's up, Sparky? A lot of people are going to be highly disappointed here. Like I said, it's a civil war push. They want us fighting. They want us fighting bad. They gave us a horrible, horrible taste in our mouth over the last 4 years. I didn't like anything that happened the last 4 years. I was like, I'm glad we was on the road, so I wasn't disgusted and distracted by it so much. I've been sitting here in the cold today, and my covers being like, "Fuck, the hell am I doing here?" Fucking sitting there watching stupid Donnie shit. Good, Glenn. We're doing all right. We're doing good. We had a visit from Mike and Cheyenne today down at the mailbox is here. I haven't moved a damn bit. Our water froze up last night. We just got it going a little bit ago. I put in water in jugs, so I got shit for fucking coffee in the morning. Almost didn't have coffee water today. I was like, I only had half a pot. It's all right. I didn't need to get up anyway. It was fucking cold, man. There was a sheet of ice on these windows in here. Fucking crazy. Couldn't you can still see they're still kind of foggy and shit. Couldn't see through them earlier. I was like, I don't know if we're gonna be able to see through them for sunset, but here it comes. Pretty time of day. I think that's the coolest thing I've learned yet. Our little magnet family. Yeah, I know, right? Snow down there in the Gulf of America. Gulf of America. No, I didn't get no Donnie dollars. Oh yeah, that's another one. He just took billions of dollars from people. Oh my god. Him and Melina. I was like, oh my god, it's so fucking crazy. So many people lost so much money just yesterday. I mean, they had it coming. I mean, my god, I'm just saying. Are you kidding me? Did you see that? That was fucking billions of dollars taken from people and then fucking snatched away. I'd never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything like it ever. I'm like, what the fuck just happened there? He pronounced his own little fucking money in the Bitcoin industry. It fucking tickled everybody to go buy some, made billions of dollars, and then dumped it. About time Melina come in and made her little monopoly money. I was like, oh, geez, tell me they didn't plan that shit. They didn't make no. Oh, here's. She was dressed like she go to a funeral. All I kept seeing is how Melina's so beautiful. I'm like, geez, I get, Jeffrey didn't have no fucking schlub call girls. All these people talking about the first lady, how beautiful she is. Have you noticed how miserable that woman is? Do you not realize that Donald Trump knew her when she was 14, divorced Marla Maples when she turned 18, and married that woman? She is fucking a number one sex slave and your goddamn first lady, and it's fucking pitiful. And I know I harp on that all the time, but I've never really said it that way. But that's the way the fuck it is. Look at the woman; she's fucking miserable. She went to a funeral yesterday. I love that low brim hat. He didn't get no kisses in public or none of that shit. She wasn't playing that game. I was like, damn, look at this shit, dude. People can't see this. People don't know that that's Melina in Trump's history. He met her while working with Jeffrey Epstein as a call girl when she was 14 years old. When she turned 18, Donnie divorced Marla Maples and married her, and it made front headlines all over the country. It wasn't just in the New York Times, but the New York Times called her Epstein whore. Billionaire philanthropist marries an Epstein whore, and she sued him for it. And they had to retract it and make it an Epstein call girl. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, really? So that's the story of the Trumps. And I can't believe people don't know that. And they uphold her as some kind of just amazing supermodel lady, and that is not where she came from. She was made by Jeffrey Epstein. And I think it's hideous. People still pointing their fingers at Bill and Hillary. I'm like, man, show the Epstein list. They ain't never going to show you the fucking Epstein list because Donald Trump's on the fucking top of it. Well, you know, Shay, it's documented we did. The Ottawa people, that's their legends and shit. We haven't since the Jesuits come and destroyed all the serpents. But I mean, yeah, that whole area, it ain't just Michigan. I mean, look at the serpent mounds all the way from Chillicothe all the way through Indiana and all the way up that whole region right there. They were getting the copper. We know the copper's missing. Everybody's standing around scratching their head talking about where'd the copper go. I read for a fact in the cuneiform it said Ninja Gita was over here literally sending it to Nibiru, aka planet heaven. He was sending it to heaven from Michigan. The raw ore, the raw fucking copper ores. I was like, oh damn, dude. It's exactly what they said. They had to have those big pyramidals, so they fucking land them ships on them motherfuckers, and they wouldn't crumble. So it made sense that it was there. Yeah, I don't. That's why nobody found that place since it, Plato started running his mouth about it because nobody actually looked for it. They was looking at Plato's words. Like, damn it. I don't know. Maybe they didn't have the internet and creators fucking lining some of this shit up to be found. I don't know. I don't know. It's right where it should be. They wrote about it. I think I'm the last one to fucking read the cuneiform. I don't know, but maybe the first to make some of the connections we have. I can't believe that nobody else has though, because those are pretty easy connections to make when they tell you exactly what the fuck they're doing. I'm like, in so many different ways. They tell you in so many different versions of the same stories over and over and over and over. By the time you study the cuneiform, fuck's sake, man, you take a couple looks at Thoth and it's like, oh my god, he's Ninja Gita and listen to that. And then it's the whole Emerald Tablets takes on a new light. And it's like, oh my god. So yeah, you listen to it 100 times, it sure does change. But it's only what made sense. If all those tales were true, that had to be where we would locate those temples, and I'll be damned. Those things exist. So I have no recourse but to, yeah, absolutely, we had snake worship up here. Absolutely, there's no fucking question about that. And it goes a lot further back in history than they want us to believe. Obviously, I can't be the first one to figure it out. I mean, they got a whole tribe down there, the Gun Lake, that's sitting there situated to keep that place quiet, which has worked until we came along. Yet again, it is true. There, we discovered that beyond a shadow of a doubt, we got tonnage of serpents now. It's proof. Yeah, it is. Turtle worship too, if you want to get into it. That's who Yahweh is. He's the storm god. He's the 13-month Mesopotamian turtle calendar, dude. That's Yahweh. That's him. He runs the damn Vatican, 180 nations. Yeah. Damn straight, Sheila. The head of most snakes live right there. It's starting to get pretty out. Get some of that dew out of your way. Oh yeah, I thought that was funny. I thought that was funny. That was one of the last things I saw today. Was him in church. Donnie's seat crinkled the fucking seat when she started talking. He can see it. His fucking little sphincter just tightened right up. He's like, oh, Jesus. And then the look, he's like, oh, I got some gay preacher talking to me now. That was the whole family started clenching a little bit. I'm like, oh, dear. They was probably worried about what Donnie was going to do. He didn't look happy outside afterwards. He's saying, did you like the service? What about you? You like it? You thought it was entertaining? He was being a dick. For first day in office as president, that motherfucker was not in a good mood, bro. He'd had a rough night with Melina. He had her hat all day, poking him in the eye. He got 26 lawsuits on his ass all of a sudden after the first day. I'm all like, oh, Jesus Christ. He's standing there after church, and the fucking reporter, he's like, no, I didn't like it. And looking at his body language, he was about ready to start pouting or beating somebody up, or maybe both. I'm all like, Jesus Christ, dude. He said, no, they could have done better. They could have done much better. Like they should have had a circus act going on or some shit in church. I'm not. Did you find it exciting? Church is supposed to be exciting, huh? It's good stuff. That was her. You ain't getting no public kisses off of me hat. She was at a funeral. That poor lady, man. She ain't never had no life outside of owned. She was owned by Epstein and then sold out to fucking Donald Trump when she turned 18. Sister, that's no life. She lived her life with a billionaire as a little sex slave, escort for 4 known years before they got married. I do. I look at that as a that's a sad thing to me. I to me, I can't imagine. But I mean, look at her. She don't love him. She don't have no love for him, man. Why is she still there? I don't know. Only thing she's ever known, I don't know. I don't know in her head, but I do know her history, and that I tell you, look at her energy. She's disturbed, and she ain't no fan of Donald. I don't blame her, for God's sake. He was old when she was 14. That's when Epstein introduced her to him. That's public knowledge. That's record of history. Yeah, I mean, as far as she goes, I'm telling you, man, that hat was all about. She was at a funeral. She wasn't having no kisses. I saw him lean in a couple times, get smacked with the brim of the hat in his eye. I'm like, damn, that's a funny shit. Because she kept her head down. She was she using that thing as a weapon. People kept talking about how beautiful she was. I'm like, damn, that lady looks like she is at a fucking funeral to me. As soon as I saw a picture of her, I was like, that just that's all I can think of. She's at a funeral all the fucking time. Yeah, I don't care, billionaire or not. I wouldn't want to be living my life like that. So I don't know what's holding her there. The whole damn group of them. Yeah, she didn't seem very excited to be there at all. Elon was awful happy. And I got to tell you, as weird as he is, I believe he was throwing his heart at the audience. I don't really think he was thinking about what he was doing on the podium. I don't think he was throwing out no Heil salute because what he was saying, as he was saying, he was like, "I throw my heart to you, thank you." Threw his heart out. Honest to God, not that I'm a big Elon fan, but I mean, I got to tell you, I don't think it was no Heil salute. I just don't. That's one thing I looked at today. I was like, out of context, that's what it looks like. But if you actually listen to what he's saying, it kind of explains what his hand actions are doing that don't associate himself with Hitler for doing it. Because it unnerved me. The first one I saw didn't have any words. And then I was like, I wonder what he was saying. So I went and found one. And I was like, oh, well, yeah, okay. No, I don't think it was a Hitler salute. But Elon's still weird. I ain't saying he ain't weird. Yeah, he ain't a billionaire, but I mean, no, he wasn't saluting Hiles. Well, he literally said he was throwing his heart to him. And the whole fucking inauguration, that motherfucker was excited. Look, he just bought TikTok. They just ain't told you yet. That motherfucker just overnight, and he's gonna buy it for fucking loopy loop and shit. The motherfucker just got a song and dance on a fucking $1 billion. Of course, he's happy. He just made a lot of fucking money in the last day or two. Yeah, he's a little strange. But yeah, I don't think he's hiling. Just literally, as he was doing it, he's sitting there talking about, I'm throwing my heart to you. I love it. Thank you very much. And all that. And I was like, yeah, that's an emo billionaire freak shut in kind of response, I think, more than anything. Yeah, well, that's what I think Elon and Zuckerberg were doing in the front row because they're the ones that are going to buy the TikTok and split it up between them. Yeah, I think that's exactly what's going on, Christy. I've never, and there's a couple people out there that actually pointed out that too, that those billionaires sitting up front, that's never happened before. That's usually the cabinet that sits up front. Oh yeah, they hit all the buttons. they, hit a, they hit a lot of buttons yesterday. Um, these emergency acts, fuck man, that it holds implications for every U.S. citizen. There's a national emergency that calls out fucking wartime powers and shit. He just did it again. Everybody just sat there and looked at him like, Jesus Christ. So, yeah, we got a lot of ground covered just in one day. There's a lot of repercussions coming here this next week or two. And most notably to each and every one of you is going to be in our grocery stores. A very large portion of our food that is in our grocery stores comes from Mexico. Most of the fucking produce in Walmart is Mexican import that's going up 25%. Hey there, Vigorous. How you doing, brother? Yeah, and he shut the border down. Well, Christy, forewarned, forewarned. That's been my purpose for doing this is forewarning. Best we can do is be prepared. Things can get crazy around you, but yeah, you can still plant a garden, still make your food. I hope you've been buying rice and beans. I mean, they're still in the stores. There hasn't been any rushes on the food yet. What's left will disappear though fast, and it's not coming back. Once they stop fighting over the toilet paper, it'll be the rice and beans. Then it gets ugly. This has been a worse year for crops than any of the others. Well, I did a video, last month on the numbers of 24 harvest, and it was way below the last few that have been the lowest, led up to the food shortage that we had to have the lockdown over. Hey, Regina. I reminded Polly about that because she was in there talking about the price of eggs today in Facebook, and I'm all like, you do remember they have to have grain to produce eggs in these farms. I said, remember that a couple years ago I told you we were going to be locked down because we was going to have a food crisis, and you didn't believe it was going to happen. You scoffed at me. Said it happened the exact day I said it would. Wendy's couldn't sell beef, and they blamed the butcher got sick 2 weeks after we got locked down. All of a sudden, you couldn't get chicken wings and shit. I'm like, fuck, dude. Everybody fighting over toilet paper. It was crazy. Well, that didn't stop that day. It didn't stop. It readjusted the food system, and it's still in massive decline. And we're coming to another pinch point, and that pinch point is the breaking point. They've been closing down retail stores left and right so they have less shelves to have to spread this food out on. That food is they've been spreading it out on the shelves in all these stores. Now there's too many stores. They've had to close down how many Family Dollars, and it's the only store in 20 miles. You know, it's a big fucking busy Family Dollar, Dollar General, and motherfucking is closing. Why? Yes, Sheila. Well, these storms, they're not done. They having tornadoes in California, fire nados, snow nados. It's goddamn January.
It's all Chico's fault.
It's definitely not convection driven like it used to be. It's obviously magnetically driven. It's gone beyond what convection can generate.
This guy's fault. This
Chico's doing better, by the way.
doggy's fault. Look at this is TV.
Yeah, don't go that route, Sparky. Yeah, he's back to taking scraps, eating and feeling better. Good, Sheila. There's 100 million people in this nation alone that have irreparable heart damage now, according to peer review. because they did.
Just need to wait.
Then they just pardoned Fauci for life. Well, Christy, on a completely different and separate topic, um, in the bovine industry, they've had weapons testing with a um, very specifically the coronavirus and the mRNA in conjunction for about 30 years, and it is what I based my earlier videos on all that research. Am I going to get into it? No, but everything that you've seen, I warned about because it was known for a long time before anybody ever did anything to anything else for stuff I'm just not going to talk about. But for 30 years prior to that, it had been used in the bovine industry as weapon testing. 6 months prior to anybody even applying for a patent on anything completely separate topic, the CEO of Moderna had signed off on a weapon test mRNA report that I made a video on with his signature on, saying there is no medical value in 20 years looking down the road of this, but it's a damn good weapon. I stood down in 2014 because of a plot to kill off everybody, and I was told how that plot would come forth. Um, so I knew what to look for. I had been telling FBI, CIA, all the major news hubs, everything, everybody, but nobody wants to talk to me, even though I was 110% accurate on everything I said, including the day we had to go into lockdown. Yeah, vigorous. It's like, holy shit, man. I can't believe they included Fauci in that, but why not, right?
Get him, Chico. Get him.
Yes, they're talking a lot about that stuff, and I was right. I lost channels for being right about it, and I've vowed to do everything I can to keep this channel up as long as we're on the road because it's our channel. Although I got to tell you, subsequently, totally separate topic. If we don't get enough to pay the phone bill, this channel goes dark. I'm coming up in a few days. Appreciate the donations if anybody could help. Or, you know, just won't be doing any communicating. Cause I gotta pay the cricket bill.
Get him, Ito. Get him.
I know, Christy. I'm not. You guys can talk about it. You ain't gonna get me in trouble. It's the things I say they censor
Get him.
because I can be tracked to legislators.
Get him, Chico.
Honestly,
Get him.
if there was an honest system, I'd already be in court somewhere. So they really still do. I mean, I've been watching them take down content daily on this channel. They haven't struck me. but they keep taking shit down and restricting viewing, sending me out little ding dings a couple times a day. That's on shit on the live shows they're going through. You guys can talk about anything you want. You ain't trying to get me in no trouble.
Poor Ito, he's small.
I'm just saying what I can. What I know I can. I don't know exactly what they came out with today officially, but they're coming out with it. Now that Fauci has protection, I can only imagine they're going to roll it out pretty quick, pretty hard as to why he has protection. But I mean, that's all got to stick right to fucking Donnie. So I don't know how they're going to play this out. We're all going to find out together. But they are working on disclosing what they did, and like I said, that part's going to get worse than what we just witnessed. That's going to be one of the major catalysts to civil war right there. Uh, what they just did to our population. How many children aren't here? It's not only 100 million people in this nation. That's a third of our population to start with. But how many aren't here suddenly? Little athletic kids. Yeah, the poo's fixing to fly. A medical miracle. Yeah, it's a miracle, all right. That's what they've been trying to get mRNA to do, anyways, forever. But what it can't do is cure the common cold. The very first person that has the common cold puts out 8 different variations of the same virus. And when you're doing that with an mRNA of the viral contagion, it obviously connects with the RNA. That's already been proven here. And it makes it more human, easier to catch, and more virulent, more deadly. And that is what they call. My dog does it when it starts getting warm. Can't think of the word. Hmm. But yeah, there's reasons for that, and it's mechanically built into the actual combination. That's why it had to be that combination. Any other combination, it may have cured cancer. What makes it dangerous is what they were using it on, specifically the common cold. That virus is a nerve virus. It'll go into your nervous system and go dormant for 20 years and come back out, and you're still sick with the same one. That's one of the targets it takes, and that's why it rose a red flag to me, because that neuron sac around your heart is easier to infiltrate than the one inside your skull. Although we have seen evidence that it goes beyond the blood brain barrier, also causing
That's what I
strokes and
agree.
shit. but the main target was that heart. So you can't regulate your frequency, your emotions, and your memories. Your emotions and your memories are kept inside that heart sac, that neuron sac around your heart. They discovered that around the time they started transplanting hearts, that your memories and your emotions are more connected in your heart than in your brain cap, literally, physically.
And it just hit below freezing. It's 31 outside.
And that was my reasoning for making the mark of the beast and et cetera, because that's exactly the way they described it in Revelation. And then they took away the right to work, the right to fucking travel and purchase. You're absolutely right, Vickers. It's the train wreck has been absolutely torturously slow.
It's gonna kick up a bit.
However, it's definitely kicking up some speed and noticeably. I'm glad your best friend did you some fucking research, Sparky. Because the information was there. Like I said, I found it. I found it. I made a video. I took everybody where I found it so they could do their own homework. That information was there, all of it, all of that stuff we just covered, and then some. It ain't like I'm a doctor. I ain't giving medical advice. I'm just saying what I found in my research. It's public knowledge. It's there. Maybe I mean not everybody knows about the bovine industry use of it and why they used the corona in specifically with the mRNA as a weapon. But that's why, because it creates 8 different versions of it. You can't cure it. And it infected the herd. Bam, done deal. That was the whole premise of the testing in the bovine industry, very specifically. Because I'm not trying to give anyone a medical advice. I'm just saying in the bovine industry, weaponry was tested very specifically corona mRNA because of the fact that it never produces the same variant. So that was my whole red flag area right there. I was like, why are they doing that? Well, duh. In the very first day of vaccination, you started seeing people drop out, fucking having myocarditis and shit like that. I was like, holy fuck, that was a little quick.
We need to keep you here in case your heart explodes.
It even happened a little quicker than I thought it did. Just like, look, lockdown. I said we was going to go into lockdown because they have a food shortage coming up in 2 weeks after this day that we can't explain unless they take control of the fucking food chain and blame themselves or fucking put us into wartime. Well, what did they do? They said the butcher got sick. And I was like, oh, everybody believed it, went out and fought over toilet paper while they couldn't get fucking wings at TGIF Fridays. I'm glad you listen, Vigorous. All of you. Not to me, to your hearts. Whatever you fucking made you decide not to do it, I'm happy for that. You carry that through, man. That's good. You made the right decision. And people are finally figuring that out now. And keep in mind that you were made to be a tool to heal that very damage done. So don't stop trying, folks. Let the Creator run through your magnet, shake their water. If you have relatives or loved ones that are suffering from it, try to help bring them back. It's not in despair that we have this knowledge. Let's put it to use. Be the healer you were made to be. It ain't just Jeebus supposed to be healing people. It's you. You were made to do the same thing. If you got a fingerprint, you're in the club. You've got a soul. You've got a magnet. And instantaneously, at a distance, all magnets are reactive to each other. Creator can send that energy right through you. The moment I found out I had a magnet, that's what rung in my head. The meek shall inherit the earth coming out of Jeebus' mouth. I was like, holy shit. He was a physicist. He was trying to tell you something. And I can make sense of it now. Our soul is the answer in the physical. Because Jesus was made up by the Jesuit cult. Jesus and Yeshua, that's the closest transformation to that name is actually Joseph, Jesus' father. And if you look at the Jesuit club, the Jesus cult of the Catholic Church, they put Jesus in power over men's sins. Now you have to just believe in him instead of the value of your deeds, your merit, the things you do. Now you're free to go out and cavort for 6 days a week and come in and pray for forgiveness to the lawyer that's going to be between you and your father when you die. I would much rather go to meet my father without the need of a lawyer to explain my behavior. So I make very little of what the modern church has made of Jesus. The Christ may be the head, and they twisted the word. You're the body to do better, greater deeds, and all you do is follow the head. It ain't what they say it is. Jesus isn't going to help you with your sins. That energy is held within your soul. You're going to be judged on it. That's why I say Jeebus. I'm twisting it back. It's Creator. There is no mysterious Holy Spirit. You are the child of a mother and a father of creation. That's your Trinity. They took you out of it. We were put here on first creation in a symbiotic relation with her. As first creation, she protects us every day with her life force. It's not a molten magnet core. She's first creation, for God's sake. She isn't a dead rock. That's another big twist of the Catholic Church because they don't want us to inherit her strength or each other's because then we become what we were created to be, and they fear that. We can't be controlled in that manner, any manner. The only controller we have is our hearts and the creator in that heart. The knowledge of good and evil is good to hold close and hold accountable. Yes, Sparky. Making plants dance is probably the best medicine I've found. Our Creator put us in a three sun system. The only way life can form is if you have those three energies from those three suns. The only way life can reset is if you have the three tones from each sun. One tone each sun make three make a chord. That chord, aka voice of God, is the reset. Anything outside the right frequency for which it was created to be will be wiped off of the solar system, not the Earth, right out of all three suns. Planets, stewards, all life, if need be. We need to be adding our magnets to the chain to make Earth's magnetosphere stronger because there's going to be a nova event that we have survived time after time after time. It's our time to shine now. Mother Earth can't survive a nova event without extra shielding. You're the extra shielding in this. And only knowing what you were created to do can you do that. It's all physics. And it makes sense. The laws of physics led me to a creator I didn't believe in because it makes sense. It's like, oh my God, it makes sense. See that? Is that our own little fucking loop light over here? Oh, it is. He disappeared. It's on that little mesa in front of us. Cute. Thank you, Regina. Thank you very much. Every dollar helps. especially right now. He said we didn't expect to be here this long, but we're obviously meant to be here a little longer. I appreciate the help because we're I, having issues out here. Definitely help keep us feeding our dogs and keeping everybody warm. Thank you. There's another one. You can't see him. Getting a little bit of a Luke Light show here. Well, Jesus, the teacher of man, the Venus, the morning star. He's also the evening star. It's all. I've made a lot of videos describing that whole process. And then there's the Jesuit oath. Well, you take care of your kids first, Christy. Please don't feel like I'm gonna hold anything on you if you don't. Children come first. Seamus at 20. That's my youngest kid. You take care of yours. Times are fucking tough. We got people that tore back from these storms. Oh, that's Kiss. What the hell's that? That wiper's right in the way, and I can't move my stupid camera holder like I usually can. There's a little bit of lights going on over here on this mesa. That's the most important thing you can do. Add your strength to the chain. Embrace what you are, because all of this is going away. We need to help protect what life is left. Hey, guy. Good to see you, friend. What's up, Patrick? How you doing? I need you guys to protect me from a sunburn coming, damn it. You need to know what I know. It makes us furthest from the furthest thing from a cult. Y'all gotta know what I know. The fucking space racks, all that shit. It's about time to start spaghetti. So, pup, I'm just a little puppy. Good little boy. Kifferton, you getting blind. He gets blind about now. He does this thing with his neck where he holds your arm with it. He's like, "You're not going anywhere. I found you." He's a little puppy. Little fuzzy ass. Time to cook the fucking spaghetti, huh? Time to cook some spaghetti, is it? He's like, I'm just gonna love you. Oh, puppy. Little puppy. Look out, puppy. We gotta go over here and get this dinner started. Oh. Got Skitty working on it. Hey there, Sparkle. They had my chat frozen up. I was over there cooking. Glad the wind died down a little bit. Shit got cold last night with that wind. It ain't kicking nearly as hard as it was. Yeah, there'd be a big shift figures. Slow train wreck picks up speed. Yeah, sausage already smelling good. Fucking hungry. Yeah, you too, Christy. It's a little bit chilly. I was colder than Sparky today. I will probably continue doing it till the day I die, Christy. It burns in my soul to make people's life make sense. I'm grateful for the enlightenment Creator's given us, and it would be a sin not to share it. It is our birthright. It's our birthright. Thank you for taking the time to do your homework. It's our birthright. And now you can teach people if you know what I know. I can feel the fucking cold coming through already. It just got dark. Yeah, you gotta remain calm. All is as it should be. Keep asking myself, why in the hell am I in the middle of Arizona right now? Because that's where Creator wants me to fucking be. That's why. Ain't no stressing on it. I'm just gonna be here. I don't like the cold. It's already been colder than I've been in fucking decades. And just fucking, it is what it is. I don't know. Life is what it is. You gotta look around, just take it in. Things are not the way they seem, and they ain't gonna seem this way for very long. So just get ready, folks. Do what you can. Buckle down. Don't stress it. Creator's gonna have you where you need to be. I don't like mean people either. I've known quite a few throughout my life too. Come to think of it, a bunch of fucking snakes actually. That's what led me to meeting y'all. I was like, y'all bunch of motherfuckers. So I had to let you know what was going on. I think I've done the best I could to express what, where, when, and why. How. We only got a couple items left. Internal civil war and then fucking nuclear annihilation. To the 2 to 3 quarters of the population. funny that I saw a few years ago, was it the Deagle report? Pretty much the numbers show the same exact thing I've been telling. Came out a couple years ago. Like this year, I guess we lose a big bunch of population. It's funny how their script walks hand in hand with this timeline we've been fed with this celestial event coming. Because they can't have the general population understanding the truth. You guys would go infiltrate, maybe not you, but in general, 8 billion people would infiltrate their bunkers. I wouldn't. I wouldn't want anything to do with them, personally. Yeah, the Deagle, the Deagle report. Alien invasions. Yeah, see, anybody coming down here, they've been here for a while. Well, we all know that every time these two systems, two of the three come together, they fucking go coming here, sending their envoys and everybody. You know it's coming, but it ain't nothing new. If they try and sell it off as something new, Stephen Greer, yeah, that's same here. Joke me too. Stir my sketties. How much of that other stuff does he
About halfway through.
have? He's been eating it real good. None of this.
Hmm?
He's been eating real good, though.
Mhm.
Cool. Yeah, he seemed to be a lot more himself today. Oh, Chico. How you doing, Truth? Yeah, this ball of water's fixing to slow down. It's been tapping brakes for a little while. Every now and again, we get a good old tap. One day, we're going to hear the brakes screeching. It's gonna be an exciting day. We've talked about this a long time, and it is happening. The world's on fire. World's on fire more this year than any other. We're tapping brakes. We've been talking about that step two, where the water comes over the land, and we're not far from that, judging from the way things are going. So be ready for it. Don't be surprised by it. Hi, Brenda. Yeah, I'm hoping y'all keep your houses warm over this next week because there's good chance of power failures and shit. Make sure you got definite backup heat sources and stuff for yourselves up there. I saw them spreading in Phoenix. I also saw some new ones in Studio City down there in LA. Yeah, Paul and his mom are down in Phoenix right now. Yeah, it does that. I've been in and out of signal here all day too. This human's spiky. Yeah, we coming into some fun times. All right, snowstorms, snow fights, snowball fights. That's all that is happening in New Orleans. Yeah, yeah. The weather's upside down, doing weird things. At least we're seeing snow. I guess you guys are. Some people will get to. I'm just cold. It got down to one last night. We didn't get a stinking snowflake. Yeah, I feel it every day. The magnet pressure at night it's a little bit worse. Very highly charged environment we're in. I know you're going to be warm, Glenn. You got a good wood burner. I've been looking around wondering how me and Seamus going to make it through the next couple months. I'm like, fuck, man, we run out of propane. We are fucked. It's going to be cold. I don't have no fireplace in this. Good, Brenda. I know Glenn got some wood too. We got his firewood splitter. I found his chopping maul. just little crazy puppy, little happy puppy, you happy dog. Oh dear. Kiss on guard. Oh my goodness, something's going on. I moved. You've lost your mind. You've lost your mind.
We're in danger.
I know. Danger, danger, Will Robinson. Where'd that one guy go? Oh, there he is. Okay, everything's good.
Danger.
He's good now.
Danger, Will Robinson.
Poor kid. I know. Look at him. He's just fine now that he can hold in my hand. He's like, oh,
I can touch you.
I know. I can't see you. I can't hear you. I sure as hell can touch you. This dog is funny. He's like,
I'm
okay.
now able to touch you.
Uh-huh.
Yay.
He's a good puppy. Then he just calms right down. He's like, okay, it's all good. Everything's good now. Oh, Kifferton. No danger alerts or anything needed. Touch me. As long as you can touch me. A good little puppy. A good little puppy. He'd stand like that for hours too. He's a little freak like that. He just doesn't care as long as he's able to touch you. Yeah, I'd rather it be a few days and start to warm up myself. I'm with you on that. In a few days it would warm up. Fuck all this shit. Good boy. How about some good spring rain? Little kid freaking. Look how he's sitting. Crazy little fucker. What are you doing? Little puppy. It's almost dinner time.
Not cool.
It means more work. Yeah, I know. Can't wait. Springtime comes around, college students get their book money. They like buying rigs and stuff. Uh, Business picks up in March, April. Looks like the windshield's starting to ice up too. Oh shit! Haha! It's dark. It's about bedtime. I'm feeling tired. Then we had another pretty sunset. I thought we were going to get our own little private loop show over here, but we only got a few lights. Yeah, days like today are good for inner reflection and rest. I agree, dummy. I hope to do much the same tomorrow. Although I'm going to ride into town with Mike and Cheyenne. They're going to go in the car tomorrow, so I'm going to go in and pick up some. I don't know, maybe some more food, some gas. We ran out of the one propane bottle. I need to get that filled. I think my water's boiling.
You.
Sorry, excuse me, if you get a chance.
No.
Well, I have worked, worked. And then I found out I had a magnet. So I got a lot of magnet work to do to catch up to my work for that balance. It's time to work on that magnet a little bit. I gotta agree. That's the most fun thing I've found in life, right there. Wished I'd have known about it my whole life, but at least we got it now. It's like fuck, man, out there floating around looking for any kind of answer, and there it was, right there, right in your hands. Yeah, see, Christy, that's what happens when you work too much. You get your body degenerated to the point you can't hardly walk at this point. I like morning and evening. Nighttime's nice too. I like the mornings and the evenings. I like waking up with the sun. Kind of like going to bed with the sun. Obviously, I get tired when the sun goes down. And it sucks when you're in so much pain you can't sleep. I went through that about a month ago. I've been sleeping better lately. I sit up sleeping. I stopped fighting it. My fucking discs ain't there no more, so I gotta sleep different. I was running into issues when I'd lay on my right hand side. I couldn't move my shit for a couple of weeks. So I had to figure out a different way to sleep. It helps. I'm lucky. I set up a little pillow mound I got going on. Fucking just supports me just fine. But I don't lay down anymore. Kind of sit back, have myself wedged in with pillows on either side. That way I'm not putting any uh, extra stress on one side or the other, or any pull on my spine. Right there. It's been working. Yeah, I bet it was. I don't know. I got my power lifting the trusses on houses. It did me in. I was trying to build up my body after the accident and shit. And I got it to a certain point, and then I fucking blew out my back again. Throwing plywood on a roof one day. It never was the same after that one. Good guy. I gotta say, the only reason I can raise my arms self-induced. Uh, I haven't had any discs involved. I haven't been able to grow discs yet, but pain management it helps. I don't doubt, given this knowledge and the evidence and shit, I don't doubt that we could grow a disc back into someone's back, but I wouldn't know how to begin doing that on oneself anyway. The creator deemed it, he could definitely do it. It's something that encourages me when you have someone like Glenn teaching his granddaughter. She's what, just now going on 4. She's over there being a magnet. Raised from birth to know what you are. It's got to be a big difference by the time you're 50. You probably be able to put a disc in someone's back real quick. Like, I don't know how that looks. I don't know how that works, but we'll see. 'Cause it's happening. Yeah, Christy, once you know better and you do better. That's well put, vigorous. It changes you. You learn more and adjust to that knowledge, and you're going to find yourself doing more just by just by being.
You'd like me to turn on the game?
Soon. I'm fixing to cut the feed and come back and eat with you.
Fight him, Chico.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna steal your chair.
Steal Chico's chair.
Fight him.
Actually,
You're not
sit
to
at the
take that
table
bullshit.
tonight. Yeah. See, she is a force. Can you imagine her at our age, Glenn? Knowing what she is now? My God, man. You're doing the world the biggest favor. Her and everybody included. Anyone she'll ever meet.
Chico. Fight him, Chico. Fight him.
How you doing? How you doing,
him, Chico.
Little butt nugget.
Attack. Attack him, Chico.
Jedi in training. Agreed. Good guy. Good. Keep showing them. Yes, you can.
You're so salty. Chico. Are you salty?
Slightly.
More and more every day.
You hungry boy?
Maybe.
About 3 minutes. Noodles will be done.
Bite him.
I'm biting Chico.
Bite him.
Butt nugget.
Feel with his nose. Chico. Stop pressing. You should just depress the fuck out.
I did. I saw that the day they put it out. I'll share that on my community page. That way y'all can look at it if you don't have the Wi-Fi's. I'm fixing to cut off feed for the night. We'll try and do another sunset tomorrow. I don't know. We'll find out what tomorrow looks like. I'll do some homework. Might do a video. Mm. Updates. Seems like just repeating the same thing over and over.
It's your fault, Chico.
Just we get to watch it in real time now. All these things we've been talking about, everything, the fucking slow train wreck and everything included, man. It's just been saying stuff for a lot of years, and we're here. We're definitely here. We're seeing sixes and fives and fucking wild weather and wild fucking government. It's picked up a lot of speed since we met each other. Y'all stay warm. I'm fixing to sign off. You have a good night. Like I said, I'm gonna hop a ride with Mike and Cheyenne and get us some propane tomorrow. Remain calm, folks. We've known this is coming to a head for a long time. Don't let it get you upset. If you find yourself all balled up at night, can't sleep, go ahead, sit up for a minute. Start feeling your magnet a little bit and listen. Be grateful and let it go. Fall back asleep. Keep that magnet calm. Good night, everybody. Love you. Good to see everyone here.